November 19, 1493. This is Borikén, a lush, tropical island, home to a people who have lived in peace for 1,000 years. A paradise. The Taíno people. They lived in harmony with the land, respecting the spirits of the forest and the sea. They had no word for war. But on this day, a shadow fell across the water. A brutal empire, hungry for gold and glory, had arrived. This was the day their world ended. Their world was one of community. They were expert farmers, sailors, and craftsmen, living in villages governed by chiefs known as caciques. Then the first boat landed. These were not gods. They were men of steel and gunpowder on their second voyage. They knew exactly what they were looking for. Christopher Columbus himself stepped ashore. He did not ask for permission. He planted a cross and a flag and claimed the island and everyone on it for Spain. The Taíno watched from the trees. They had never seen men like this. They offered them food and water, unaware of the true, brutal nature of the empire that had arrived. The Spanish saw the small gold ornaments the Taíno wore. To the Taíno it was sacred. To the Spanish it was a sign, a promise of vast, untold riches to be taken. The discovery quickly turned to conquest. Curiosity was replaced with violence. The Spanish demanded gold the Taíno did not have in large amounts. This was not a meeting of worlds. It was an invasion. The Spanish unleashed war dogs, steel blades, and a brutality the island had never known. The encomienda system was born. The Taíno people were enslaved in their own land, forced to mine for gold that wasn't there or die. Within a few decades, their world was gone. Famine, new diseases, and relentless, brutal forced labor would annihilate them. This was the blueprint for the new world. Not trade, not discovery, but a brutal empire built on extraction and on the graves of the native people. On November 19, 1493, Columbus didn't just discover an island. He began the conquest of a paradise and the end of a people. A brutal 500-year story that all began on this day, the day the brutal empire arrived in paradise.